So why don't you start with just introducing yourself? Tell us where you work. I'm guessing it's Beyer Plumbing Company based off your merch you got on right now.
Yes, sir.
But then also kind of tell us what brought you to PHCC San Antonio's apprentice school.
So my name is Kenny Arnett, and I'm from a little tiny town called Dehennis, Texas. I was looking into trade school, and the PHCC schooling of Texas and San Antonio was a interesting choice for me because I was interested in a trade because there's always going to be a need for trades, and it won't get taken by AI. There, like I said, there will always be a need, and I just like helping, or the best way to say it without repeating myself.
No, I think your answer is good, man. I mean, I think a lot of people, from what I hear, at least from people in the trades right now and from other apprentices, is that yeah, it's a job that's not going to get taken by AI. You get to make money while you're learning. Does that kind of play into what kind of led you to plumbing?
Yes, sir.
Totally. And
Yeah.
I'd like for the PHCC San Antonio Apprentice School itself, did you like hear about it through a friend or did you start working with Buyer first and then they kind of introduced you to it?
I read about it online doing some research into the plumbing field and saw that you had to be going to work for a certain company because there's only a few companies that allow you to go to this certain school.
Mm.
And I wanted to go to this schooling. So I reached out, and from there on, it's history. But
Okay, so you found out about the apprentice school first and then you went
yes,
to work for Buyer Plumbing
yes,
Company.
sir. I reached
Gotcha.
out to PHCC and they sent my resume out to Beyer.
Oh, awesome. Okay, that's sweet. That's awesome.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and yeah, so you just completed your first year, right?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. And so like how would you describe that first year? Did it kind of live up to your expectations? Did it exceed them? Was it not what you expected?
My first year was, it's tough because there's a lot to learn. When you're first starting out, you're green like I am, and you don't have any clue what plumbing as a trade is. But being able to put it to use on the job site is really cool. And seeing that training and work pay off is just amazing.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure when you're learning something in school, being able to actually like translate it into what you're doing in work right now while you're in school. Yeah, I'm sure that's got to be a good feeling. It lets you know you're getting something good out of the apprentice school.
Yes, sir.
Totally. And like kind of playing into that, could you maybe like share a story from one of your job sites that kind of connected something you learned in school to what you were doing on the job?
Hmm. There's a few things I could choose from. To me, it was probably like what I struggle with the most is because when you first come into construction and seeing all the plans together is really confusing when you have no idea what you're looking for. And then when I went through that lesson my first time, it helped to clear up some of my questions that I had and I'd ask my journeyman a lot of. And being able to go over that lesson a few times and retake that information and relearn it over and over helped me to actually put that into use and read plans on the job site.
Okay, so you're saying it kind of helps with your confidence on the job site, especially for someone that's a little bit newer.
Yes, sir. Because
So
when you're brand new to plans, it is so confusing to know where to start, know where to look, and being able to just read them in the first place is a huge head start.
for sure, I can imagine. Yeah, I definitely imagine it kind of helps take away that fish out of water type of feeling whenever you start something new. So that's great to hear. And then, so I would say you kind of went into it with how you answered that question, but like, how has the program helped you to grow, not just as a plumber, but maybe as a person too?
That one's kind of hard because I kind of did just answer it.
You
Uh,
did, yeah. I mean, I think if you want to just default on the last answer, I mean, I think gaining confidence in something new. I mean, anytime you start something new, whether it's like a job or hobby or whatever, it can definitely be a little bit
Mhm.
daunting. So yeah, I mean, you did kind of answer it already. I think being able to kind of gain that extra confidence, definitely can help with the transition into like a new job or like a new role or something. So that is
Yes,
awesome to
sir.
hear. So you obviously a year ago you were reading about the Apprentice school and learning about it. Um,
Mhm.
and you took that kind of that leap and actually found a plumbing job and then you got enrolled in the apprentice school and would you say that it has been worth it? And to maybe someone that's in similar shoes, would you tell them like, yeah, go for it or maybe hold off?
Yeah, I'd say go for the schooling 100% because coming into this trade and doing this schooling, it has given me so many opportunities to learn and grow. And the company I'm with is has been amazing to me, and they're like one big family. The opportunity that they've given me to grow with them, I wouldn't trade for the world.
And yeah, so I guess the last question is there anything you want to say or maybe any shout outs you want to give to like either any of your instructors, classmates, or your employers or coworkers?
Well, I would like to give a thanks to Miss Heather for being the one to send out my resume because without her, I wouldn't be a buyer and in the schooling. But one thing I would like to say is anyone can come into the trades. It doesn't matter what your grades were in high school, what you're doing right now.
I mean, I think that's a great way to put it because you're
Yeah.
right. It doesn't matter what your grades were. It doesn't matter really if you have experience or not. And you're an example of that. Like you said, you were already working in plumbing. You kind of found out about the apprentice school first, and then
Mhm.
you use that to find your role at your job right now,
Yes,
and
sir.
then took on the apprentice school. So I think you're a great example for people kind of in similar situations to what you were in a year ago, where you weren't necessarily sure what you were going to do per se.
Yeah, because my plan was I was going to go to college first for electrical engineering or mechanical engineering. And after deciding upon it, because if you think about it, there's thousands, if not millions, of college students around the world all going into the same degree. There is really no way to make yourself stand out as an individual going into that field or going into all those fields and trying to grow my career in that would have been more challenging than what I'm doing right now.
T-
And I feel that yes, we're always going to need a trade. We're always going to need a plumber. And I get to have a sense of accomplishment when I complete a job, when I help a customer. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's
Yeah,
super rewarding helping a customer and completing a job and kind of what you were saying too. There's a college degree for everything nowadays, and there's a million people in each of those degrees and career paths in college. And the field you're in right now, there's always going to be a need for it. There's a shortage of it right now, in
hmm
fact. So you got insane job security and you have awesome experience now that you're always going to have to be able to take with you. And yeah, I mean, I think the thing a lot of people don't realize about plumbing too is once you kind of complete your rank and get all the way up to registered master plumber, you can have your own business one day too, which is a thing
yes,
I
sir.
think a lot of people don't notice.
Yes, you can have the freedom to start your own company. And, well, yeah, like you just said, when you get all your licenses through all the hard work, you have the chance to go start your own company and help your community out.
Totally. And I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's that one Norman Rockwell like plumbing painting where it basically says plumbers protect the health of the nation, and it's true, man. You guys do, and we wouldn't be able to live. Everyone else wouldn't be able to live their lives without you guys. So you're definitely in a trade that's super needed, and you're putting a lot of value out into your community, which is awesome.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, we are coming up on our time here, Kenny. So I just want to say thank you, man. I appreciate you coming on.
I
Awesome.
appreciate you taking your time to come interview me too.
Of course, man. No worries. It's my pleasure. You enjoy the rest of your night. All right, man.
Yes, sir. You too.
Thank you.
Take care.